it wasn't organically. It didn't just happen. It was like someone was sending them to us.
Yeah,
like,
somebody
was definitely sending. Because they'd even say to us, the tourists would be like, "Who told you that?" And they're like, "Oh no, people sending everyone to the marae. People sending." It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. We're like, what
there
the
was
hell?
this thing set up at the dump, wasn't there? They had a welfare centre set up at the dump. But they had asked if we could house, was it 30 people?
30 people, yeah.
30 people, and
30 people.
They would set up a barbecue for and they so the Civil Defence and Red Cross would feed them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was, can you open up the kitchen? And we'd already been told that it wasn't really that safe because during the earthquake everything rolled into the middle. So having cookers and fridges,
we didn't know if
rolling
the pipes and that had been pulled out of the wall and stuff like that, so we weren't sure.
So then all of a sudden it was, someone said they had sent the fire truck around to say, everyone go to Takahanga Marae, there's water, there's food.
Like when they came up to ask if it was right if we had 30 to 40 people, I said, I'm not sure about the building, I don't know if it's safe or not. Like within 2 minutes, bang, someone was up there checking the building, someone from the fire department. And they said it was alright, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, we got 1,000 people sitting up here by 1, 2 o'clock, eh?
Yeah.
Mahi-wise, the first initial thing was to make contact with all our client base, and because we had no cell reception, it was going door knocking, and so just trying to look for them, see if they were right, see what needs they had, and take it from there. And so by Monday evening, all of our client base had been contacted, and it was just a matter of trying to work out how we can get their necessities, which in the main would have been food, water for people. Some people had to evacuate their homes and leave their homes, so it was finding clothing and temporary accommodation for them. And then it was about their mental state, really, and a good majority of our whānaus wanted to leave. They couldn't handle it, and so we were fortunate enough to be able to put them on the list to fly out. So that was in conjunction with Ngāi Tahu, and I think Civil Defence had arranged helicopters as well, but tourists was their priority. And so it was just great that Ngāi Tahu kicked in and we were able to fly a number of our whānau out.
Whānau's resilience is amazing. It's only when you get put in situations like these that one, you know how to survive, two, you know how to keep your head above water, and three, you certainly get to know everybody in your community because everybody's in the same boat.
One of the things we noticed as we went around with Te Putahitanga, we had the privilege of going with Rongo to see how whānaus were. With a lot of whānau here and with our community, a lot of people, they're more concerned of what's wrong with their neighbour. I'd go and they go, oh no, we're fine, but so-and-so down the road, they need help. And with a lot of mum and dads, they were keeping a lot of things back. And so what I done is, before the school actually broke up altogether, the high school, they had about 60 kids back in the high school still going to school. So I took our tapa whā model in there to talk to the children. And then I went around and I had a kōrero with them to see their perspective on how it's going in the whare. With them, see if they have water, see if they're feeling sick, see how the anxiety's happening. And then found out through a lot of it that a lot of them needed help, that the parents aren't asking for it. So I did the bit of a tricky move, and I'd have parcels all set up for them, food parcels, and then I'd go down and deliver them and say, oh, this is for your child. He's been in my so-and-so whakamana anti-bullying team, and that's how keeping their mana intact, and also, to accept the food, because a lot of them wouldn't.
Having navigators on the ground and developing relationships with whānau is probably, in my view, the ideal way of helping whānau move from point A to point B in terms of that recovery process. Gets them there quicker, enables them to address issues as they occur, and actually gives them confidence to be able to drive their own recovery process.
It's been really good for the whānau, many of our clients, they're able to get employment now. And I think going from a personal, looking at it from a personal situation to the greater community, I think there's actually a new boost of energy, a bit more positivity. People have got disposable income. You know, usually in winter in this town, it's really, really quiet. There aren't any tourists. There's people just part-time workers. But now there shouldn't be any unemployment. People are able to go to work, do long hours, but at the end of it, you know, you're probably making about $1,000 a week, which isn't normal for this time of year for people in this town.
You know, we were lucky that we had the boss from Spraymarks. Spraymarks was awesome. He come over, his name's Ben. He come up, we actually had a client here, and that's how we actually met, through him, from this one client we had, and then she interviewed with him. She was starting, and he was telling us how hard it was to get a lot of locals onto or into Spraymarks or let the word out. So all of a sudden I became the Spraymarks person. People were just knocking on the door. Who'd you do in Spraymarks? And the thing I actually like about it, it's a no drug policy. And a few of our whānaus, you know, they were smokers. I'm going to put it out there straight. But by doing this, knowing that it's a no drug policy, they stopped smoking, you know. This is a whole new life that you're going to have to get into if you want to help your whānau, if you want to be there for them. And a lot of them done that. And, you know, that touches my heart, actually. It's quite awesome.